Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for Crafternoon, our live virtual craft activity series. You're going to be joined by Miss Tamika today, and we hope you enjoy.
Hi everyone, I'm Tamika from the Prince George's County Memorial Library System. Thank you all for coming to today's Crafternoon. In honor of Asian American and Pacific Islander Month, today we will be making cherry blossom cards. We will be making two types of cards for today's craft. First would be a painted version, and then the next one would be one made out of paper. For the first craft, you will need white paint, red paint, a palette or something just to mix the colors on. A paper plate works just fine. A brown marker, a type of cardstock, preferably light color, that way the marker will show up on it, and some Q-tips. So we're first going to start this craft by taking your white sheet of cardstock and we're going to fold it in half. Everybody got a nice fold. Then we're going to take it and we're going to draw our tree. So we're going to start down here at the base and we're just going to come up the side. We can stop about right there. And then we're going to color this in. Alright. After we have colored in our tree, we're going to go ahead and mix our colors. So you're going to need some red. And some white. And you can put them right next to each other. Keep that paint near you in case you need a little bit more as we go on. So we're going to go ahead and take one of our Q-tips and we're going to take a little bit of the white paint and a dab of the red paint and we're going to mix them together. Who knows what happens when you mix white and red? That's right. You get a beautiful, nice light pink color. Of course, if you add more red, you'll get a little darker pink. If you add more white, then you'll lighten the pink. For cherry blossoms, we're going to just use a nice little piece, light pink color. Okay, so you're going to grab about 3 Q-tips. 1, 2, 3. And we're going to just kind of put them all together. It's kind of like in a bunch. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we're going to just dab the pink paint. And then we're going to dab our tree. So we're going to take it here. And we're going to start with the top of the tree. I'm just going to dab around. And get some more paint. going to take a little bit of red on our tips and then put that in the pink paint too. Just kind of dab around so you get a little bit of shades of some darker pink. And we're going to plop those on here. Take a little bit more red. And then I'm going to dip these in the paint. Then we're going to go back and we're going to take our brown marker. We're going to draw some branches. So now that you know where this top part ends, you can go ahead and just kind of draw a little branch over here. And then while we're at it, you can give it a couple little. And then we can go ahead and draw about one more down here. Alright. We will go ahead and take our Q-tips again. Line them up. And then we're going to take this pink paint and just dab again over here for this one. Keep on dabbing. Then we go ahead back again and take a little bit of that red. Just pop it in the pink a little bit. I'm going to try to get a little bit of darker shades of pink on the tree. Okay, and we're going to go ahead one more time and do the last little bit. Okay, we got our pink. Just dab around. And if you need to make more paint, you go ahead and do so. Just a couple more little darker ones. Alright, you guys. And there you have it. Nice cherry blossom card. For the second craft, you will need pink tissue paper, or even pink streamers work too, scissors, a pencil with an eraser, a sheet of cardstock, and a glue gun. If you do not have a glue gun, then bottle glue will work too. Alright, we're going to start our second craft. The first step will be to take your cardstock and we're going to fold it in half, just like we did the first time, just so that it's in the shape of a card. I'm going to make a nice crease. Then we're going to need our marker. And we're going to draw our tree. So we're going to come up the base, up the side, and this one we can just go ahead all the way up for. And then we're going to color it in. Alright. From here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw some branches. So, put some branches here. Now it needs to get a little thicker, so I can buy them twice on this one. Some branches are longer. Next, we're going to take our streamer. Put the card to the side along with the pencil for right now. And you're going to roll the streamer out. It doesn't have to be perfect. I would say cut about 18 inches. So, 1.5 feet. And then you're going to take the whole thing and you're going to just fold it in half. And then once that's folded, you're going to fold it in half again. And then you're going to fold it in half one more time. At this point, it should be folded to be about 1.5 inches to 2 inches. And then we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut the streamers in half. So we're going to cut them here. And then you're going to flip it over and you're going to cut the other side just to make sure. So you can cut individual pieces. Alright. So it should end up looking like this. If you are using tissue paper, you just want to go ahead and take the tissue paper and you just want to make sure that you cut them into squares like this, about this size. So then you're going to take a stack. You're going to just break it in half. It doesn't have to be exactly even, but just a smaller size so that it's easier for you to cut them. And then you're going to take your piece and you're going to fold it in half one time. And then you're going to fold it in half again. This time it'll be in the opposite direction. So I'm going to show you guys that part one more time. So you're going to take the piece that you have. And you're going to fold it in half. And then you're going to fold it in the opposite direction in half. Then you're going to take your scissors, and this time you're going to start cutting. You want to make sure that you're cutting the part that is open. That's the side that you want to cut on. You don't want to cut the sealed side. And we're going to start at the bottom, and you're going to cut the bottom, the part that is folded. You're going to start cutting right at like the half mark of that one, and then we're going to go up the side, around. So these are going to be the petals, so you wanted it kind of shaped like a petal. And then we're going to go around, and then we're going to go ahead and just cut a little bit into it, just for the petal. Okay. Open it, and then voila, it's going to look kind of like a butterfly. And then for each one of the flowers we're going to make, you're going to need 2. So to cover our tree, we're going to go ahead and we're going to repeat the steps over again. So we're going to take our streamer and we're going to pull it out about 18 inches. And then we're going to cut it. And then we're going to fold it in half. And then we're going to fold it in half again. And then we're going to fold it in half one more time. So it should be somewhere between 1.5 inches to 2 inches. then we're going to take our scissors. We're going to cut. Flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on the opposite side. Great. And then we're going to go ahead. We're going to take half of that stack again. And we're going to fold it in half. And then in half again. Okay, long side is going to stay on the side. Okay, so we're going to start here at the bottom. We're going to go around, make a nice petal shape. And then we're going to come down a little bit on the side. Alright. We open it up. We have petals. Alright, so at this point, if you're using a glue gun, I would go ahead and plug in the glue gun part so that it can heat up. Alright, so now that's warming up. Now it's time to go ahead and assemble the flowers. So we're going to take our petals. And we're going to need 2 each, so I just kind of go ahead and just lay all of mine out at once. So you want one to be vertical, and you're going to take the second one and place it horizontal. And they don't have to be perfect. And then we're just going to go ahead and just lay them all out as such. And if you need more, you can go ahead and just repeat the steps. Alright, now it's time to take our pencil. I like using the eraser part. Some people prefer using a tip. This one doesn't have a tip, so I'm going to definitely use the eraser part. And then we're going to take our first one, and you open your hand. So you're going to have your hand, and I kind of leave like a little space. And that's going to be like where the center of your flower is. And then you take the eraser, and you push down, and then you just kind of turn it while in your hand. And it leaves like a little imprint like this on the tip. And then you take it, and we're going to pinch the bottom one way, and then we're going to take it again, and we're going to pinch it together, and then just push. And there's your little petal. And then we're going to repeat that step for all of them. So hand, leave a little space. Eraser, push down, turn, pull it off, pinch one way, and then pinch the other way. I'm just going to just keep repeating this part. Pinch and pinch. Okay, I'm going to do a couple more, and then we're going to move on to the next step. Turn and pinch and pinch. Then pinch. Twirl, pinch, pinch. Alright. So then we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull out our lovely treats. Alright, everybody grab your glue. And we're going to just take one, and then right where you pinched it at, we're going to glue Just push the glue stick all the way in. And then we're just going to plop it onto our tree. Make sure that when you plop it, you make sure the petals are all open. And we're going to still pinch it at the bottom so that they're all there together. If one falls off, that's okay. That's why we have glue. And then just pinch it from the bottom. Okay, and then we're going to take another one. We're going to glue it. Move. I'm gonna go ahead and just put one little dot into the middle. Grab another one. I'm gonna glue the bottom. And then we're gonna glue the inner part so that part stays. And just line it back up. Another one, and we're just going to keep repeating this until we have the nice little cherry blossom shape that we want on our trees. Alright, and then we're just going to keep on adding them. You can add as many as you like. And make a couple more of these. So hand, center, eraser, turn, and then I'm gonna glue one like right here. I'm gonna glue it down. And make sure you glue the insert part too, so that it stays. Alright, you guys, there goes your nice cherry blossom tree. Alright, you guys, thank you so much for joining us for today's Crafternoon as we crafted cherry blossom cards. Be sure to check out our online resources, including the PGC MLS Creative Suite, and see you next week.